All right, today we're going to break down a pretty nasty but really common financial scam. And we're going to do it with a simple story, a fable really. It's all about monkeys, some valuable stones, and a so-called magic tree. And trust me, it perfectly explains a trap a lot of people fall into.
Everything really starts with this one sentence. It's a huge warning that gets right to the heart of what we're about to unpack. So what is this tree, and what are these stones? Let's dive in.
Okay, so our story kicks off in a jungle. We've got a whole troop of monkeys, and suddenly there's this idea floating around, an idea that sounds way, way too good to be true. And you know what they say about promises like that? They usually are.
These kinds of schemes, they almost always start with one person, one charismatic promoter. And in our little fable, it's a single monkey who says he's found something absolutely miraculous. And here it is, the bait. The magic coconut tree. This tree, he claims, is going to produce an endless supply of coconuts. It's going to make anyone who invests their valuable stones incredibly, unbelievably wealthy. I mean, who could resist a promise of guaranteed, totally effortless riches?
But an idea this juicy, it's not going to stay with just one monkey for long. Pretty soon, the excitement starts to spread like, well, wildfire through the jungle. At first, sure, a few monkeys are a little skeptical. But then a couple of early believers toss their stones in, and suddenly everyone else gets a massive case of FOMO. That's the fear of missing out. No one wants to be the only one left on the sidelines.
So as more and more of the troop jumps in, the price to buy a piece of this magic tree just skyrockets. You gotta understand, the value isn't based on any actual coconuts. Nope, it's based purely on the hype and the sheer number of monkeys scrambling to get in. This whole behavior, this mad rush to get into a hot investment just because everyone else is doing it without really thinking, well, it has a perfect name in the real world, aping in. It's driven entirely by social pressure, not sound logic. And just as the excitement hits a fever pitch, right when it feels like this magic tree is about to make everybody rich forever, well, that's when the story takes a very, very sharp turn. The lead monkey, the original promoter, he takes all those valuable stones everyone invested and he cashes out. He sells his entire stake at the absolute highest price. And just like that, poof, he's gone. He takes all the profits and completely abandons the project, the community, and the so-called magic tree. And that, my friends, is the textbook definition of a rug pull. The promoter literally pulls the rug out from under all the investors. The value of whatever they bought just crashes to zero, leaving them holding the bag. The aftermath is it's devastating. The rest of the monkeys finally realize there is no magic tree. There are no endless coconuts. All they have left are these worthless husks they were told were valuable shares. Their real stones, gone forever.
So what's the big moral of the story here? What's the takeaway? How do we make sure we don't end up like those monkeys, left holding an empty bag?
Let's just connect the dots and make this super clear. The magic coconut tree, that's any fake investment project. The stones, that's your hard-earned money. The lead monkey is, of course, the scammer. And those worthless husks, those are the zero-value assets you're stuck with after the rug gets pulled. So to protect yourself, you gotta look for these red flags. Be really, really wary of anyone promising guaranteed high returns. That's a huge one. Be suspicious if you feel this intense pressure to invest right now. And ask yourself, is this all just hype or is there real substance here? And maybe the most important question, is there a real, actual product or service behind this whole thing? Which brings us right back to where we started, to that powerful warning. It's the simplest, most direct advice you can get. Understand the signs, do your homework, and please, don't let hype rush you into a decision you're going to regret. Don't be that monkey.
And that really leaves us with one final big question. I mean, this fable uses monkeys and trees, but these scams are happening for real every single day. So take a good look at the world of investing out there and just ask yourself, what magic trees are being promoted right now?